I'm KeyrunBenji. I'd like not to say it's been a long time because I didn't ever want it to be a long time in the first place, but I guess we have no choice, do we? But I don't want to make a 30-minute story about it, so just let's move on. There's been a sort of speculation going around for donkey's years now, well, since video was invented, that is it really a good idea to watch your videos back or watch your past performance to, you know, maybe learn from any mistakes and see what was good, and so you can continue down the line correcting yourself, maybe. The people who say this is a bad notion to take are usually the people who probably say that it clouds their mind in the present and distracts them, and I can understand where that comes from. There's a lot of famous people who won't read criticism about them on the internet, on Twitter or whatever, like Matt Heafy, for example, who said in an interview one time, and unless they want to read the mean tweets on Jimmy Kimmel or something like that. And people want to have clear thoughts, and they don't want to bother with people who exhale their thoughts through anger and impulse. And while we do get distracted and think all these thoughts, you may not notice it watching this video, but yes, our heads do swell up like a balloon. Ouch. Paul Heyman is another guy who said in an interview that he doesn't really look at past business practices and comments on them because he likes to live in the future. Well, coming into the future. Personally, for me, it's not really looking back and dwelling on it per se. They are two completely separate things to think about. To put it briefly, in I don't know how many minutes, the first video on this channel was the debut in a suit video, and looking back at that video, I could tell how much fun I had with that video. It was such a blast to make because it was one of the first times I was showing myself up in front of the camera, in a suit, nonetheless, something I had hardly any experience with wearing because I always wore band t-shirts and metalhead clothing. No dog collars or anything like that, that's more gothic. I didn't care who found me weird, and I still don't now, but I didn't know what to expect back then. I had only a few reactions from people I already knew and already knew that I made videos. Nobody in my school had seen this stuff, nobody in my real life. This was the time when my family didn't know I was making stuff on YouTube because I was kind of afraid that they'd say, well, there's dangerous people on the internet, but no, they were totally cool about it. They totally trusted me. Maybe because I am better with computers than them, so they think like I can hack the Matrix or something like that. After that, I tried to continue and recapture it, and you know, it had its hit and miss events. But that's a hell of a lot different to the way I feel about my gaming channel with the top 20 most disturbing bosses serving as my proper debut video. I mean, there is a video of me drumming with my friend, and there is a video of me playing Charlie Sheen's winning game on Newgrounds. That was more of a showy sort of thing, and I was kind of leeching off someone else's idea already, the Autarka Flame and Josh Scorcher. I wanted to bring, yeah, an element, if I want to use that word again, to the art of countdown making, if you want to still call it art. And then I continued it further down the line. I made videos like top 15 most disturbing Pokemon and a lot more mad countdowns that were a bit different but more dedicated to a certain franchise. And I still kept the tongue-in-cheek kind of way of doing it, further gaining an identity for myself. Okay, I still had an identity. I mean, I have a provisional license to prove that. I like doing Let's Plays. Not saying I just do it because it's easier to do. One of the things I was thinking in my mind was that I wanted to fill in the gaps whenever I wasn't making mad countdowns or any other kind of video. But I actually found out that that took me a lot longer to make countdowns, believe it or not. And maybe you'd say that I should make whatever I want to make, and I get that, that's fine. I do want to make stuff that I'm proud of, and that fills more of a void for me. I looked at ways to try and improve my scripted content, and one of the criticisms I got was you try way too hard to be funny. I think probably about 4 people said that. That's a hell of a lot of people if you think about it. Initially I thought, what does that even mean? I looked at myself in front of the camera and I was like, I'm not even pulling like a massive face or continuing stuff on for decades or anything like that. But then I think it clicked eventually. If you're not trying hard enough, that somehow means you're trying too hard. But anyway, I thought I'd keep the jokes more organized and execute them a bit better, and yeah, it worked. But the only drawback to that was that I look at videos like last year, the Resident Evil 5 vs 6 video, and I think as a informative video, I think it did pretty well on that point. But as an entertaining video, I think it did kind of suffer in that category, because it was quite a long video, and for a long video like that, for the kind of person that I am, I just don't think it fitted very well. I think it was quite monotonous. I think that's one thing I have lacked, is just emotion. But as for stuff that has improved, quality-wise, I've upgraded from Sony Vegas to Adobe Premiere because it feels more robust to me. I got a new microphone that is powered by XLR, and I mastered the art of compression so that my voice sounds a lot thicker. So if I had to pick my best countdown, because I love talking about countdowns, probably the one where I wanted to punch characters from paper drawings in the face. Well, paper drawings if you count the artwork. My worst would probably be the top 10 snow levels in video games. So the aesthetics are different, the self-consciousness is minimalized, and there's a clearer mindset to go about. And I couldn't be happier. So honestly, looking back at yourself is a way of saying, yeah, that guy was a dick, but he had his great times as well. I'm still young, and therefore I'm bound to make mistakes. Not Nash Grier or Nash Grier mistakes, because I would have to be totally ignorant for that to happen. Every step is a learning curve, and I don't look back to scrutinize myself. I look back to say, KB, you were a dick. No, I just cringe a bit because I think now I have better ideas. I have stuff written down, I just haven't brought them out yet. That's it, they just haven't been conceived. Trust me on that one. But let's get some of it back, ladies and gentlemen. I have been KB. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, everywhere, links in the description. I'm gone, thank you for watching, lights out. Oh, and let me know what you think in the comments. I'd be totally interested in hearing what you have to say. Let's go, bye. It's an undeniable fact that video games have levels. If you didn't know that, then that rock isn't the best habitat for you.